broadcasting to you from the creation station, from nation to nation, tribe worldwide. We are Tribe Strong. Welcome to WIP Wednesdays at Wowwy'z Workshop. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision.
Why, hello, folks. Why, hello. Can you hear me, Grumpy? Give me the thumbs up, big guy. Let me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. Chow! Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to get those things off because they muffle me, but I'll put them back on when it's music time. How we all doing? Welcome to WIP Wednesdays. Wickow! Wowwy'z Workshop. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision. Like the intro just said. How are we doing, Tribe, and all the new watchers far and wide? Tribe worldwide, we are Tribe Strong. And in the pre-show today already, we had Simon in Germany. Give our best to the wife. I hope she's watching with you, Simon. Much love, my brother. And Grumpy. Grumpy, of course, was there. Our number one in the mod squad. And then we had Rhinestone. Rhinestone is driving. She always tunes in. Well, she's an awesome supporter and tribe member. Much love to your sister. And Dad is in the house. Hello. Hello, Scott. Oh, no, the electric whittler is here. How you doing, brother? Dave Grass is here. Kick-ass Dave Grass. Awesome, you guys. Thanks for being here, man. Choo! A little bit of different digs, as you can see. Look at that. Look at that pink lightning bolt. The little mushroom had to go. It was making my batteries, It was making my batteries sweat and get wet and white powder. I don't know much about batteries, but I know that if they can make a new Energizer battery sweat and make white powder, your little battery box probably ain't working for you. So the mushroom had to go, and as some of you know, I'm kind of partial to that color. And the lightning bolt, well, that's for the choo! I put it in my videos, too. Anytime I make that stupid sound, I like to put the lightning bolt there. So it was very much fitting. LaRue is in the house. Where are my manners? LaRue is up. Finally, he's got his very own VIP perch. LaRue is in the house in the VIP. LaRue is in the house in the VIP. Watching over everyone, so don't be fucking with me. LaRue is in the house in the VIP. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I get excited about this stuff, you guys. I get excited. Oh, I'm wearing some blong, and hopefully my bro will tune in. You guys, we got some good news in Tribe Talking. Mr. Grumpy there has got his very first affiliate code. He's now an affiliate for Starbond Glue. Frickin' congratulations, Grumpy. We are all very, very proud and happy for you, bro. Grumpy. Yes, brother. Yes, it's LaRue's little nest. And I'm thinking, like, I was going to put a little gold chain across, right? Because, you know, sometimes we can get a rocking and a rolling in here, and I would hate for LaRue to ever fall. So I was thinking of maybe doing a little VIP chain. But to do it right, it would have to be back here, and he's there, like, maybe it would hug him. It would touch him. I don't know. I still got to figure that out. But that's his spot. He's just like Mr. Dress Up, man. Back in the day, shout out to Mr. Dress Up. OG. And he always had this owl on the wall that would, like, talk and stuff. And it was really, really cool. And I just thought that would be a perfect spot for LaRue. Ha-ha! Yes. Hey, Happy Curmudgeon is here. I sent you an email, sir. I need your phone number. Just email it to me. Don't be putting it on here. You get some stalkers for you because you're a good-looking guy. But I need your phone number because I figured out for Canada to send to the States now, even if it's just stickers, because the stickers are worth something, I have to do Zono's prepay. And I have to have all of the, you even have to have your phone number in order to do the online customs. Man, has that ever gotten to be a pain in the old hoo-ha. So please, sir, so I can get these stickers off. There we go, Grumpy. Grumpy 10. Save 10%. That's freaking wicked, man. Congratulations. You deserve it. You deserve it. We all deserve it. These good things to happen. You know? And I gotta say this. You know, me becoming a Kutzall affiliate, I didn't do that because I wanted to one-up somebody else. I saw it as being a part of a team. And, you know, I don't even care if I make any money. I'm going to support the tools that I use. I really wanted to be a part of that team, and I worked hard for that, and I've been proud of it. But I never wanted to cause division between people because we're all in this together, you know. So with the affiliate thing, you know, just see it as like you're part of something, you know. That's all Wowie wanted. Frickin' rights. Okay, thank you. Send me those deets. Yes, shipping does bite, but you guys deserve it. The tribe deserves it. I want to support and give the support back to everybody that you guys give me so generously. There's nothing more precious than time, you guys. It is the most precious thing we have in this existence. And for folks to share it with me and be a part, you know, and we all support each other, being creators. That's some very, very powerful and seriously important shit, man, in life. You know? We are all here together. Roy is here. Roy's Timber and Arts Techniques. Another great creator. Mark is in the house. Mark Anthony from New Zealand. What up, my brother? And Anwin. Tell Anwin, Mr. Wow, he says hello and bing in there. You guys, I've been doing some talking with Mark over there in New Zealand. And, you know, in the past little bit, you know, I'm not sharing his personal stuff, but he's been going through some trials and tribulations and stuff like that, right? And I knew that when we were making Bing all together here in our live shows, his daughter really put in some interest into that little thing because it's got such a cute little face and stuff, and she was watching some of the episodes. And I told Mark, you know, if I ever had the cash in hand and I can spare it, I would love to send her Bing. You know, it's big. The base is big. So you would take a box that's probably like 2 feet by 2 feet and then 2 feet high, and then packed to the absolute nut because it wouldn't be able to, like, Bing couldn't move in there. So I don't know if it would have to be popcorn or, you know, the styrofoam. I don't know. But I'm just going to put it out there into the universe that I would like to do that someday, and I may do a rally so that maybe some other people can pitch in, and we could do that for Mark and his daughter. I think that would be a pretty cool place for little Bing to live and stay. You know? Yes, I think it would. Bet your electric bill is massive, says Roy. Well, it is for like a couple. I don't do all the neon signs and stuff when I'm just out here. I've created on my own. These are, everything is LED, so it's like very low consumption. They're not on batteries anymore. All of these, the rest of these new neons are all USB plugins. And then I just upgraded my my power bank here from an 8 outlet to a 13 outlet, plus 3 slots for the USBs and 1 USB or C port, or whatever the frick, man. Like we needed another port, but we got it, you know? So yes, am I still caught up in the chat here? I haven't missed anything. Looks like Vegas, says Roy. Okay, I haven't missed anything, thank you. Yes, it does. And this is my cozy, you know? I got no problem telling anybody. This is my cozy. This is my creation station, and I've always had a thing with Christmas lights. It was my favorite, you know, of course, when you're little, it's a favorite time of the year. But I found an extra, I don't know, just a vibe for Christmas lights. My favorite thing used to be laying underneath the tree and staring up through it and like laid there and just like let my imagination go. And I used to dream of this weird realm of Santa and all the little ornaments and stuff. A very, very active imagination. And it's just always made it so if there's Christmas lights somewhere, I just instantly kind of feel a little bit cozier. So I put up more, then I felt even cozier. So I threw up a whole fucking shitload. And now I feel just great. Oh. Do you lie under the tree after a few drinks? I'll still do it. I'll still do it now. I lie and look up through it. I don't need any drinks. But and I don't drink too much anymore, Roy, because I have back medication. So I just, doctor said don't do it. It'll like ruin your organs, the combination, and I've just never had a good. I don't have a good a relationship with booze. It makes me kind of crazy. I turned on 46 on yesterday, so I'm nursing a hangover. Yes, I know. Happy birthday, happy belated. I posted on Facebook this morning. I wasn't on yesterday. I'm doing this thing, guys, and I hope you guys all understand that I'll go on and I'll kind of like splash YouTube or Facebook or whatever and try and see anything that people have posted, and I'll, hit my love and stuff, and it's usually a heart if it's from Wowie, and then I'll comment and stuff, but I'm doing it in kind of spurts. I'm not doing much doom scrolling, I guess, and then try to be off of it in the evening with Katie. So yeah, it's like I'll miss a birthday, but I'll get there the next day, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Is I'm sorry if I didn't post right on the day. I was just taking a bit of a little break, kind of just going in spurts, guys, going in spurts. And I just love to see everybody's number one okay, and number two, I love seeing your art, man. It's all about the art and creating and sharing that magical flame that is inside of each and every one of you wonders. I love seeing you shine. Stevens S. Carvings is in the house. Lawrence is in the house. Larry to friends and family. How you doing? How are you doing? Old Path is here. Frickin' wicked. How you doing, Stephen? And hello to the wife. I hope she's watching with you over in the UK. Tribe worldwide, folks. Tribe strong. Old Path is in the house. That's awesome. Yes, how you doing, Larry? I hope you're creating and making some awesome stuff, as is Stevens S. Carvings, another just wicked creator. Salute to you, brother. To mate. Or UK folks. And that's why, I know that some people have asked me about the time that I chose to do Wowwy'z Workshop, or do Wowwy'z Workshop is the channel, but what time I just chose to do for the lives, and it is for our folks. All of the wonders over in the UK and surrounding area. Spike in Scotland, Aidan in Ireland, Claire in France. I chose this time so that I know it's late, but sometimes some of them stay up and they'll tune in, and I wanted to make it. And then so it's 5 o'clock for most of the folks in down south, because I'm in Canada, and so that's why I chose this time slot, is because you guys are all so important, and I have to make it so that everybody can even just chime in for a little bit. Lots of times Simon will be here, you'll say hello in the beginning, but then you'll fall asleep. It happens to Wheels will come, and then everybody crashes. It happens with Spike too. How you guys doing, all those people I just mentioned? Spike, Wheels, everybody over there in the UK. Kevin Strelly, he hasn't tuned in for a while, but him and his wife, good friends of mine. I hope they're doing good over in the UK. All sorts of tribe all over the place. Yes, Elmar Lane is here. Hello, Lane. How you doing? How are you doing? Roy's Timber says, bless every woodcarver with steady hands, clear vision, and patient hearts. Keep them safe in their craft, and let beauty emerge from every piece that they shape. Amen. What an awesome thing to say, Roy. Amen to that, brother. Much love. That is awesome. Oh, no, you're not late, Lane. Anytime that you can tune in, man. From Trees of These is here. Hello from Trees of These. Choo! Tribe strong. You guys are just awesome. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, I'm going to go to the two main views. Where the frick is that? Here they are. The two main views. So, lying on the workbench, we got a couple things here. Well, he isn't here, but I wanted to just say quick, I got something in the mail, so we'll do that really, really quick before we get into the Carbide and stuff. I'll wait, because he might tune in later. That's R.C. Peters. He sent me some of his new stickers that I wanted to show, but you never know. He might show up, and then I'll do it. I'll just have a little break after doing some carving and creating it. Okay, so we've got this old wood spirit here, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about him. This is my current new makers video that I'm making, and I know it's been taking me a while, but that's just how it is in frickin' Larryland. It's like one project can sure take a long time, because you know sometimes I can come out here, get set up, and I can only carve for 20 minutes, right? And then I'll film for that, and then that's it for the day. You know, some days it's longer. I think the longest that I carve is when I'm with you guys here. But anyways, so yeah, the Maker Studio is going to take a lot longer than it would a regular, a normie, I call them. People with no chronic pain, I call them normies. But it's very rare to find anybody in this day and age, you know, that is totally pain-free. But anyway, so I'm working on this guy, and me and Darren, I was over with my brother the other night, and we got to looking around the old underbelly, and this was down there. Look at this beauty, this leaf. I'm going to, I'll be steel wooling it, but I like to do it sort of so it's like a vignette. You know vignette, when the corners and around is darker, when you do that on a portrait or something, you know, you put vignette frame around something. Well, that's what it kind of looks like if you just like steel wool it from the center out, but leave the crack dark, the crack dark. I said that right. And kind of the outsides don't do as bright, but that'll get shiny. But I'm thinking, like, of course, we will sand this flat, this section, and then cut in a slot. Okay, and I think that'll be freaking pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think, but that's an awesome way to. Because my brother, like the thing about Darren and I is that we're like Heinz 57s, but we're Scandinavian, so we got the Viking blood in us from our Norwegian relatives, and then we also have indigenous blood in us from our Métis, we're Métis from our great grandmother. So we have this. We have old UK blood from our great grandfather and then he married the indigenous lady, and our great grandmother, and she was full blood Iroquois Cree, and then on my mom's side it's all Scandinavian and Norwegian. So Darren and I, like, we combine the bearded wood spirit with an element from our Métis side, and we've done a couple now, wood spirits, and they're kind of like totem-ish, but that's the combination, and that's the meaning behind why we've decided to do that. So that's in the make and in the works. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I know you guys love the copper, Darren's copper work. Make sure I haven't. Hey, Hippie Christopher's Creations is here. How you doing, brother? Thanks for being here. Hey, John is in the house. How you doing, John? Making sure I haven't missed anybody. I keep losing the live feed. It's super windy here today. I will be back, gang. Okay, Lane. Sorry, bro. Sorry about that. That's never fun. Doing good, Larry says. John, wicked. That's awesome. Thank you for popping in. So yes, two brothers, one vision. Coming back strong, you guys. And I hope you guys will like the stuff that we make together. So I just love it. It's my very favorite art that I make in my life, in my world, is the stuff that includes my brother. That's just the way we roll. And then we got our warrior vase, you guys. Now, some of you who tuned in last week will remember that we were talking about this here, and like where I was going to rig it and how, and about maybe possibly carving in slots for those feathers to stay nice and Kentucky. But we were also talking about across here, a possible braid. Now this was a cut off from one of our antler crowns. I believe it was the copper crown, the very, very first big, like, main antler crown that we did for our photo shoot series. And this piece has been kicking around there. And when I first got it from the underbelly the other night, I was like, no, it's not big enough. But I'll bring it so that I can show everybody on the show what we're thinking, right? But when I got it here today, I was thinking about how, okay, because what I'm hoping is that I can have it bend in at the ends a little bit so that I can cut a slot on each side with just a little carbide ball, right? Take a little carbide ball, cut a slot like that, and then cut it in deep, like go like this and push in deep, right? And then that end of that braid can fit in there, and then you'd hide the end of the braid. So that's kind of where my brain was going. When Darren, we've done headbands and stuff, and Darren can do this thing where he caps the bottom too with a little piece of flat pipe, and he makes this weird little cap, and then we've soldered, we've epoxied them on with JB weld before. We've done a couple different things, but I don't know, maybe I could get him to do that. But I was thinking, this is the exact same shape, size, that I could do a little bend in there, and then, of course, we would have the eye screw that we talked about, and then the feathers hanging from the. What do you think? What do you guys think of that? That's looking pretty frickin' neat, eh? Huh? Should it be longer? Should I make a new one? I don't know. I need you guys' feedback. So don't want the headband to be too short. Yes, that looks just right, says the electric whittler. That'll look cool. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. That's pretty wicked from Trees of These. Oh, Roy has to go. Good night, Roy. Gotta go get some sleep. Okay, I understand. Yes, I did, Christopher. I sent Claire exactly what we were just talking about. It's a totem, a warrior totem with a leaf crown. You are right, sir. And thank you for remembering, sir. And to you, Christopher, thank you for tuning in. Looks great, says Stephen. Awesome. Well, that's where we're going. I don't know if we'll use this one. It just depends on how tight of a bend I could get on the end of that. Put it in a vise, heat the fricker up, put that little bit into a vise, and then just crank on her. I know Darren can help me, but it might be just, I don't know. I'm thinking that it needs to be maybe that much longer on each end in order to do the bend and the hide. So, well, we're not doing that today, obviously, but this is where we're going, guys. This is where we're going, and that headband, I can't remember exactly who. It might have been Happy Curmudgeon, but that came from you guys, and that's what I love so much about this live stream and doing this show, is that we're all kind of, collectively taking part in these creations, and I take everything that you guys say very, very seriously and into consideration, right? So the things that we've been making here, like Flora and Felix and the flower pots and stuff, I feel like it's kind of all of us, a collaboration, right? And since we're talking about, collective and everything else, I want to say, Pete Blair, a band who's not only this, but Felix and Flora, the flower pots I just mentioned that we made out here, and this, he turned this vessel as well. His group is Carving and Such, and it's kind of like the cousin group of Kindred Spirits. Many of our members are part of both groups. Now, I need to do a call out because they're reaching their 14,000 member milestone. Okay, and I still have to see if we can do a shout out in our group, but that takes talking to all the other admins and stuff. But I'm doing it here, and I'm going to post on Facebook and stuff. I think they're just under 100 short to get to 14,000. And Pete just wants a little bit of a boost here at the end, because once they hit 14,000, they got a whole bunch of prizes lined up, and they're itching to give away the cool shit, right? So please, and maybe if you guys want to go onto your social media, share that group. If you're part of the group, Carving and Such, share it and see if we can, help them get over, because then we're all part of the draws for the prizes, right? So that's the goal, is to get us all in on and to help them out. You know, he's always supporting people in our group and the Kindred Spirits and stuff. So it goes both ways, you guys. We're all in this together, right? So yes, John. I was seeing if you had my content. I found it. Okay, they're just talking there. I think the leaves fill in the spaces on the sides pretty well. So maybe it's not too short. Just my opinion, though. Okay, right. And that's still considering doing a little bend? Because I don't have to be like, oh, this anatomically is... It doesn't have to be like super, super fussy, right, Josh? Electric Whittler? Sometimes it's just, you know, that feature itself, putting it there, like... I think you're right. I think we can get away with this. And you know what? I'm weird about this stuff, but... Like... I have like a feel, like an affinity for things that we make together, like even if it's a cut-off piece. And so just for me and Two Brothers, One Vision, right? Like that piece of that old antler crown braid is it's important to me, you know? I can feel, you know, that energy that we put into it. And it ain't easy braiding 10-gauge copper wire either and making it look nice, let me tell you. All right? And I want that piece to actually be eventually used, you know? It's been sitting there waiting, and yeah, I'm just weird that way. No YouTube yet, says Stevens S. Carvings. Yes, if you ever do a YouTube channel, you'll have my support, sir, and my subscription. Yes, there are so many all through this. If you guys go through, if you're watching later or whatever have you, if you go through here, all of these people in this live feed basically are all wicked creators themselves, and some of them have their own social media, some of them have their own YouTube, some of them are on Facebook. But yes, you know, talk, and then, you know, if you're on YouTube and if you're signed into YouTube and watching under an account, check these other ones out, man. Check them all out. Check us all out. It's Tribe. That's how it goes. Alrighty. Speaking of Tribe, I got a little piece of reference here on this computer. I guess you guys can't see my computers, but of Trent Humphreys. His current native carving. Let me see. I can show you guys. Oh, shit. There went the cord. Can you see? The one on the left. That's Trent Humphreys. A great brother. And my God, what a talented man. A major inspiration to many of us. And I know anytime he posts in the group, man, in Kindred Spirits, it's like, it's such a gift because he's sharing not only his work and his shine, because we're all lighthouses, right? It teaches us so much, you know? And I just love it. So, speaking of this piece, I'm going to make some room here, you guys. Make some room, just so that nothing gets dinged or effed up or nothing. This copper is so... I just freaking love it, man. Oh, goodness. The feathers, and then the leaf. Well, you know, do I have a piece? No, I'm not going to get... I think I have ADHD, I don't know. But I have OCD, but I've been reading lots of things like Grumpy will post things, and I'll be reading them and stuff, and it's just the different, like, and it's, Katie and I have been talking about it, and just the way our brains work. I don't know, because I know I'm not normal. Also, you guys, before we do anything, I want to talk that we got a inquiry on TikTok, of all places, of a lady in Nova Scotia, and she wants 3 watchers, one for her daughter and one for a really, really good friend. And she said when she saw the watchers on the TikTok video, that it just like totally like resonated with her, and deep feelings of a connection and a kinship. And then she like messaged me, and we started talking, and she was somebody who didn't know she was adopted. I'm not saying I'm not giving out personal information and her name and stuff, of course, but I gotta put the braid away. She had found out later on in life that she too had a great-grandparent who is full-blood Indigenous. And she's now finding her culture and getting back to it. And that's something with that is also happening with Two Brothers One Vision, is that we're not only just proud of our blood, but we have this draw for like Indigenous things and smudging. I smudge on the regular, man. And drum circles, you should, like, I can just sit and listen to that for hours. And it's actually how shamans, how it works, is that you get into it and you get vibing with it. And when you like become the music and the rhythm, that's when you can have like a spiritual journey. It's very, very powerful stuff. But we're not talking about that right now. But she said that when she saw the Watchers, it was almost on that kind of level, like not an Indigenous art, but she said she had that feeling. And I think that's pretty neat, man. That somebody else would, get that. Like our things are kind of totems of protection and peace and love and bringing gifts, right? So I started them. These ones, of course, I just did the hood and stuff and chopped them and got them ready. So they're like the blanks that are waiting. But I might do a couple of those, or just start cutting one of those in today too. We take a break from this guy. Now, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I got some pencil marks here. And again, I was looking at Trent's piece, and it's just, I like how this is looking, but I also want a little bit more. So I'm not going to cut these lines in really, really sharp, but I'm going to take some of the material in between those two pencil lines away. So there's a little bit more definition in that brow. I'm going to cut in a couple of these, like, these are like the crow's feet, and then they can come up on this side, on this part of your brow line as well. I want it to be a little bit older looking, I guess is what you can say. I've got a couple pencil lines down here on each corner of his mouth. His, the WIP, the pilthrum, still needs to be carved in. Whoever told me about that word, I hope you were proud that I just said it. Pilthrum, I believe. Or maybe it's said with a FH, like a filthrum. I don't know. But a pilthrum is going to be had, okay? And then I got some lines right here. I want the bag there to have a little bit more, and I might run it right up into that crow's foot. There's a couple little lines there. But it's not going to take very, very long. This is just all now. This is just the fine-tuning, the rootin' tootin'. Because we're getting close, you guys. We're getting close to having this warrior finished. So that is what we are going to do next. We're going to do those little bits that we just talked about. We're going to be using the Kutzalls. Speaking of the Kutzalls, let me just say something here.
We are proud to support Kutzall Tools. Leave your today.
Oh! My freaking goodness. How was that? Joe Matt Carves is here! This goes to show that your art is speaking to people. Well, thank you, Electric Whittler. Matt Carves is in the house. Talk about a freaking talented creator. How you doing, Matt? How are you doing? So, yeah. Oh, you gotta go, Lawrence. Good night, sir. Good night. Thank you for popping in. And Matt, thank you, sir, for popping in. I know you're a busy man. So what I was just going to say there is I got my Kutzalls on hand. We are going to be I'll do that spot in between here with a smaller ball in the fine flavor. These little tiny wrinkly line kind of things here that I'm going to be doing. I don't want to make them as deep as my crow's feet, but probably do that with a little tiny carbide cutter. Carbide, again, if you guys don't know, is that that little ball cutter. And those are in my Amazon associate links that are down below there. And those are just like I got to update those and make sure that they're all still going and good to go. But those are just the little the Dremel bits that I use. Carbide cutters, and then one that's called the 7144, and it's a little diamond burr that I love. It's really, really good for this little fine detail stuff. And that's what all that is about. Was that the halftime show? Oh, it's just my Kutzall. It's just my little Kutzall affiliate dealio. I haven't even got going yet in the carving yet, brother. We've been just talking and tribe talking and talking about what we're going to do here today. Talking about all sorts of stuff. Chris Behringer Wheels is in the house from the UK. Tribe worldwide. And part of the mod squad. Hey, thru. How you doing, Wheels? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Wow. That's freaking wicked. Wicked mod squad in the house. And Matt, as always, loving what you're making, brother. Loving what you've been making. Yeah, Wheels is here. That's freaking wicked. So, guys, we're going to do that. Listen to some tunes. Because LaRue has been busy, working hard for you guys. Wonder if doing that with like a little, because I don't want it to be, I have a little ball here that, let me see. Sorry guys if that light is weird, but I'm just trying to see. I'm just like, I know I don't want to make those wrinkle lines super, super deep and extreme as the ones I did before. So I'm just thinking, I wonder if I should use like a diamond burr, make the spot there, make them. I don't know. Sorry guys, I just get a little bit side swipe there. I think it'll be okay with the little cutter, and I just don't go too deep. Like, I just got to be like gentle, very, very gentle. So I'll put that on there now, since that's directly what we're going to start doing. Put that little carbide cutter on there. Switch out from the old Kutzall Fine taper. One of my favorite, all-time favorite burrs, you guys. Yeah. Probably use this a small one. Just a little guy. I'm not going too extreme here. I think that would be the 106 Dremel Carbide Cutter. Featured below. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. As with all things PPE, use it. Don't abuse. You God-given gifts, and those are your eyes and your hands and your lungs. My goodness. Well, he knows about wrecking his lungs. Frick, man, I used to be just a crazy freaking terror. We're not talking about that, though. Ho-ho! Have I missed anything? Oh, hey, guys, I'm going to say it again. AB Honor Roll, highest average in science for the 8th grade, and highest ever in the grade in languages arts. Wow! My kid came through with 3 awards. That is wicked, man. Hello, Randstone. Randstone, Suzanne. Joe! That's awesome, Electric Whittler. Tell the wee ones, wow, he was very proud of them. That's really cool. And before I got yelling there, I wanted to say, you guys, Grumpy is a new Starbond affiliate. He's got his own code, and you'll get 10% off, which is a great discount, a very good discount. Congratulations again, Grumpy. And congratulations, Electric Whittler and family. Frickin' rights. Joe! Okay. Well, I guess there ain't nothing left to it but to do it. And speaking of Do It To It, folks, we got a new song coming, thru and Wowwy, and it is, surprisingly so, the name of the song is Do It To It, spelt the way that we do here. And I don't want to burn any of the surprise, but I've been working with Suno. I wrote the song, I wrote the melody, and the chords and stuff came from and the chord variation, I guess you'd say, I don't know. But I did all that, figured out how to do it on my guitar, and then so I sat there and I recorded myself through the program, and then it spit out a song. Ain't perfect, the timings aren't perfect, but it like auto-tuned my voice and gave me the full band, and I could pick the instruments right. So I made a Do It To It song, and it's going to be coming soon. I got a really special way I'm going to make a video to release the song. I've got a special little thing with me and LaRue that's going to happen, and then we're going to break it down and then release the song. But I'm really stoked about it. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. If the world tries to stop you, bust right through it. I can't. That's all. I can't ruin this band. It's going to be so freaking cool. You guys are going to love it. Let me just tell you that. There's some really, really great points in it where it's like boom, 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 boosh. I can even see the freaking fireworks and the whatever it's called, freaking sparklers. In some weird alter universe, Wowwy is on a big stage singing Do It To It to screaming thousands and thousands of people. Okay. Here we go, guys. I'm going to put on some music. Thank you for being here. This is some newer music. And, yeah, I set it now so it'll pause when we take a break. And then you'll be able to hear the full playlist, because I didn't have that done last time. And I kicked myself in the butt. All right, guys. Enjoy it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
WIP Wednesdays, a party for me and you. WIP Wednesdays, with art we will make it through. At Wowwy'z Workshop, by two brothers, one vision.
All right. Take a little break there. Can you hear me okay? Is the mic back? Where is my... I have room for your music. Is the audio back? Can you guys hear me? Oh, talking about Suno. Hello, Joseph. How you doing, man? Oh, Jen is here. Hello. How's it going, Jen? Have I missed anybody else? That's awesome. But no, Joseph. Joseph Keller in the house, looking good, Wowie, my brother, he says. Thank you, sir. Hello, Jen. I thought, too, I might have saw somebody. Hope I don't miss anybody. Let me know if I've missed anybody. Oh, one of mine I saw, I think. Was it? One of mine. Came on around, Jen. I'm here, but I was late. Well, great. Hey, loud and clear, says the electric window. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Hear you fine. Hear you just fine. Thank you, sister. So that was a good little session. Oh man, the grains in the face, when I'm trying to make things symmetrical, and here, I'll do this, you can see me a little bit better there now. The grains in the face, when I'm trying to make everything lined up and symmetrical and all of that stuff, my goodness, is it ever doing a time in Wowie's brain, because they're just to the left. The face grain is just to the left. So it's always trying to make me pull towards it, right? I just hope it doesn't read, in the end, I hope it doesn't read that things are off balance because of that grain. Because of said grain, I guess is how I would say that. My goodness. The things we will do in our heads, right, to ourselves. No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I just got to shape it a little bit more. Yeah, I can see it right there. Just a little bit more of this. A little bit more of that. A little bit more of that. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Sorry, folks. That was the old micro carver. Joe! Hey, hey, good music and good carving. I mean, great music and great carving. Well, thank you, Joseph. Yes, and it's a tribe. It's a tribe. That's what makes this everything so special to Wowie. This is my favorite day of the week. Is when I get to have my friends over. That's exactly how it feels. I get to have the tribe over. Whew! Wonder where the rest of the tribe's doing. Amy Jo and all them folks. Amy Jo sure posted a cool new scroll saw cutout eagle. Wood burning, carving, power carving, all the things, multi-medium creation I saw earlier on Facebook. Really, really cool. Amy Jo, if you ever hear it, I love it. Joseph Keller, did you, I guess you haven't opened your box yet, so you'd probably message me if you did it. Oh, Joseph Keller just got his, I guess you'd call it the Special Mention Award from the Watcher Challenge, right? That's I think I called it. But yeah, very, very much deserved. Here, I'll put it so it's the two main there, so I can talk. I mean, you can still see me. You can still see me, but I just talk a little bit more. That's better. But yeah, I was looking at Trent's and like the way he cuts the definition in, but he also just cuts a good hard line for that wrinkle. And so I didn't want as much of a hard one in there. But I don't know. Maybe for it to finally do what I want it to do in my head, I might have to do it. But for now, I'm just going to gently shape each brow. And maybe have those cut lines even disappear. Just have some of that definition there. You know, that's something. It's just a truth that sometimes, you know, you'll carve something in and it's not until you've carved most of it away and then it achieves what you want it to look like, right? Kind of a weird thing in carving. yeah. These little touches here that we just did, guys, those little things just give it more of the aged, and it's like, can you see the? If you guys see that I'm doing this with it, it's because I'm getting the shadow play right, and that's what I'm doing is, and I wish you guys could see the shadow play better, but no, it just doesn't do it. Just doesn't do it. Maybe a little bit there it does it. You know, you see that thing pop like that. That's when you're like, Joe! That's what I'm looking for. That's what Wowwy'z looking for. Yes. And we're doing okay on our battery usage. So that's a good thing. But we'll just keep on going a little bit longer, guys. What do we got? Oh, something was hilarious. Ting! I want to open it so badly, but I'm going to wait until I can record it. Oh, I see. Okay, I understood. Not yet. I'm going to post my very first video on it. Okay, it's going to be your first video ever. Suzanne, do you take the shrooms and listen to the music? Not anymore. Joseph, I'm too old for that life now. Joe! I see what you guys are talking about. Zoomies. Yeah. Wowwy'z loved him a zoomie trip or two, let me tell ya. But it did good for me. Like, honest to God, man, it really opened up my gates of compassion and just understanding and unity with all of every person on this planet is a soul just like you and me in a vessel, okay? And it wasn't until going and checking out those parts of life and experimenting with this and that I didn't really, you know, I was always a nice, kind-hearted guy, but there was a time when I was a bit of a asshole and a bit of a, you know, just a crazy party guy that, you know, ran with pretty crazy people and did that kind of stuff. Always had a soft heart, but it wasn't until I kind of, you know, dabbled in those areas, and that's when I really started feeling unity with my fellow human beings and just the universe. Like, it gave me a real kick in the ass. It smartened me up, actually. And that's why now when people are using it now with all of these different fields of medicine, you know, they're using microdosing to combat depression. And there was a time in my life, I was a part of a band in Calgary, Alberta, living at this crazy house. I can't go into, I don't want to get my video banned by saying the wrong words, but this crazy house that lots of stuff was going on, and it was kind of like, you know, an influencer house that you see about nowadays, that all of these people are part of this, you know, gang on Instagram or whatever, or on YouTube, and they all get a house together, and it's an influencer house, and it's just like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. It's a really, really nice place, but it gets trashed because it's just a big party place, right? Well, I was living in a house like that, and I was a part of a band for a little while, and I was playing the drums. That always happened to me, when people found out I could play the drums, that I would be drummer by default when I really wanted to be playing the guitar and singing. But anyways, there was a time when I got so used to playing the drums and taking mushrooms, and it would just put me in the zone, and I was just like on point. And we played some really, really cool music, man. But anyways, yeah, and it got to the point where if I didn't have them, I'd screw up. I'd be off time, and it was just, it was funny. You have to be careful. Oh, you can see some of the burrs there. Maybe this should be pulled out this way a little bit, huh? Just a little bit. Or does that make them come on worse? No. Huh? What's happening? Because I did some tidying up around here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just got to do this. Yeah, that takes them away. I did some moving around here and stuff out here when I was setting up all the new stuff. So sorry about that. If you saw my Burr collection. Trees of these. I took my sister's kids to see the first Spider-Man on shrooms. I don't recommend it. Ow! That's right. We can see the shadowing. It's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. You understand what I meant. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend a big freaking crazy Spider-Man. I watched this one movie, and it was an old like horror movie, but I liked it because it was actually filmed a lot in around Edmonton and the Peace River area, and it was called Nightbreed. It's just a weird horror movie. I guess it would be late 80s or very, very early 90s, but it was like I watched that movie when I was on a heavy dose, and that freaking movie was like, I thought freaking, like, it blew my mind. And then later on, when I watched it again, and I was fine, and I was just like, what the frick? Like, it was an okay movie, but, you know, it was like bad makeup, but when I saw it, man, I was just, oh my God, this changes my life. How? Yes, we have all been assholes at one point or another, and all of us realize how much trouble it causes and grow in our spirit, and some don't realize it and get stuck. True, Joseph, you're sure true about that. I'm just happy that I now, you know, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. You know, if something happens and I'm overwhelmed and I, you know, get a tear in my eye, I don't hide it. I am not afraid to hide my emotions. And I think that takes a strength in itself to be able to do that in this world. Because there was a part when I was growing up that it was like, you know, the wicked win, and you have to be cutthroat, and every man for himself, and dog eat dog, and this is how they're like, this is how you know, they're teaching you in school even, you know, it's like, this is how we're being indoctrinated, and like, it's like, no, we don't, and we don't need a world like that, and we don't need a whole world that we're all just, that everything runs off of war, and the money from military and stuff. We don't need this world, man. We can do much, much better. In the famous words of Superman, and that's Supaman. And he's an indigenous rapper, and he has a term that it says, and it's just basically know better, do better. And this world needs that. You know, if you know better, do better. If you see a problem, fix it and move on. Don't leave it. Don't ignore it and expect somebody else to do it. Frickin' stand up for yourself. Be a freaking a human being and fix it. Know better, do better. You know? As simple as that. It's as simple as that. Okay, guys, well, I can see a little bit parts that aren't. Yeah, that's really gonna give my freaking mind a number. That is, I can already see what's bugging me, but I'll just work, get them looking. No, I'm not going to start that on without you guys' music. I'll get them looking as symmetrical as I can, and work on a bit more of that on my own here, because just that fine fricking around, and that's not very exciting. Watch, even though it's, you know, necessary, and there's that goes on in all of our creations. But I can sit here and like do a little bit of this and then do a little bit of that and then take it away. Then do a little bit of this, do it that, and take it away. And I don't want to waste you guys' time, right? So what we're going to do for the second half, or the last third, I guess you'd say, we're going to cut in a watcher. We're going to quickly cut in an old watcher and get a little bit further on that order, I guess you'd call it. Request more so than anything. Because that's like, that's where I'm not a very good businessman, is after I started talking to the lady about, you know, that she wanted to, that freaking camera is still a little bit cocked. No problem. About wanting the watcher, and then after she, you know, we had a private conversation. She told me a little bit about herself and just why the watchers, you know, spoke to her the way they did. Then I get like, I'm not good at selling things, and then I get like sappy, right? And I want to, you know, well, just give it to them as at least as the lowest price as humanly possible, right? Because, you know, she's, you know, a single mom and battling all these things and stuff. And yeah, I'm not good at that. Not good at being a cutthroat. salesman. After I start talking to somebody, my heart kicks in, and the much loved Wowwy'z stuff, and I just want to give it to them, right? But she promised that she wasn't going to do that to me, and that she was going to pay some of it, and and the shipping and everything, all that'll be covered. But no, I'm not out to make a whole bunch off of her. That's not what I'm going to do. Just going to help her out. And she said that she has a daughter that was a special needs daughter, and she wanted to be able to give her daughter a watcher so that she'd feel safe. And you know what? You tell that to Wowie, and my God, it's like, oh, Suzanne has to go. Good night, Suzanne. Awesome work, Wowie. See you later. Thank you, sister. Thank you very, very much. I hope you know how much your support means to me, sister. Much love. Give my best to Josh. Tell him Wowie says hello. From Trees of These says, kindness isn't weakness. Strength does not have to be cold, but it does take a free mind to break out of that mold. Very, very true words. Hey, Joe, you mentioned Suno. Is it good, and does it cost? Well, Mark, all of that music that you guys have been listening to, I made with Suno. I think I pay for it so that I have the rights to the music now, right? And so I pay I think it's $14 a month. But I bang off, I'm always making new music. I got a whole bunch banked for you guys. And I find it's really, really a cool thing, especially because I can sing my song into it, and then it can tighten it up, and then give me the band behind me that I hear and feel in my brain when I envision these things. I can hear each instrument. I can tell you what's doing what, and what, the violin solo and stuff. I hear it all in my head. But until now, I've never, ever been able to. Even when I do songs on GarageBand, my very, very first theme song for Wowwy'z Workshop, when you go onto my channel, we have a trailer that kicks on, and I've just left it the very, very first. So I want part of this to be OG, the real me, the way it was when we first started. And so I've left that trailer and that song on there. But the dong dong ding, all the people say, damn, what's going on today? That Wowwy'z Workshop song I did with GarageBand, and I did each instrument solo and put it together. But my God, just for a little tiny, 30-second little intro, it was frickin' work, man. And getting it all on time and everything, and it was something. It was something. And GarageBand is just on every iPhone. If you're an iPhone user, GarageBand is probably on your phone. And it's a very, very complex studio program, but very hard. And just the way Suno, you can cut corners and just add instruments, and it'll be right in the right timing and in the right chords, and it's just an amazing tool. And I know about everything that's going on with AI. Don't think that Wowie isn't aware. I am very, very aware. But there are some of these tools that if they're not, just used as tools and not abused, they're very, very handy and powerful, and for creative purposes is just amazing. So I'm just want to hit this with this quickly. I should put my eyes on, but I want to see what the Scotch-Brite does to this watcher, because I've Shosugi banned it. That's why it has all of these crazy, crazy popping grains, right? That's the old Shosugi band. Oh yeah. You see how it's gotten already it's gotten a lot lighter in those spots I just hit? Those are the spots that are going to, that will suck the aniline dye, or it works really, really good if you use tattoo ink. The Shosugi band does. And I may even decide to scorch her again. These are the fires of hell that burn these watchers. That's how the watchers get burnt, is from going and battling demons to protect us. And so, if it ain't right, I will do it again. It's just a lot of work to get all of that scorch off, and it's quite a mess. But I will do it. Like there are spots here where I can still see like old maker's marks and like dings and dents and old nail holes and stuff. And down here, like I didn't bother. Like it looked like this when I started the Shosugi band. Might as well just hit that too while we're doing that quickly. But I just was thinking about it, and I was thinking, well, why should I spend about probably an hour sanding these all down to like total smooth, like the backs are? This was an old crate that my uncle sent me a moose rack in from Alberta, and he just sent it and a whole bunch of other bones and like goat racks, and I got a goat skull with all the horns and stuff. And he just sent it for artistic purposes, and he sent it out of this like 110-year-old pine that was outside of some old like mill or something, and he made a crate out of it, and that's what this wood is. So it's kind of like special, and it's super old pine, and so that's why I chose to make it out of these washers. So this weathered stuff, that's like really old weathered to make that happen. But my point being is that for my own reasons, there was a reason why I didn't cut the face of the washer into this back. It was because of this knot and a couple other things back there. Or else I would have left the back with this crazy texture and burnt it, and it would have made the fronties here, right? But it didn't work out that way. So my point is that you just burn it so much that all of that sanding would have been not really needed, you know? I guess that's what my point is. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly how I just drew on the front there to try and save me some time. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it ends up being, it just gives me my mind a bunch of frickery that I didn't need. But I like to put on a piece of paper like that, and then freaking slide. But when I do it like that, then I'm not pissing around, because I have a real problem with, is it symmetrical, right? And like just this perfectionism that it actually can be like a hindering thing. But if you just hold that paper on where you just go around and see that stupid goddamn paper already moved on me, but sorry for cursing. I'm sorry. This stuff, getting stuff laid out like this, like I said, can really put my head for a loop. So I'm just holding that paper on there so we get the gist of it and not going all the way down to that point. There, now like, this is where it comes together, and it's got to hold its gift for mankind. I always do it a little bit like this top part longer than the bottom, but I can tell by this washer that, yeah, so I'm going to bring this a little bit up higher this way. Just do the same thing on this side. Yeah, I can see where I need to go, and then you leave about that much space there, make my mark there, and then I leave a foot on them, and then that makes them sit easier, okay, rather than coming and bringing the rope down, straight down there. Are you guys still with me? Gotta run? Bye, happy curmudgeon. Thank you for coming, brother. And email me those deets, your phone, so I can send you my stickers. Much love, brother. So yeah, down here, I'm going to leave that foot on there. So I would say about like that. And again, I'm just going to do a little thing. And then I'll show you how I get it from this point to this point. And I'm trying to figure it out how to do that with the least amount of time and effort possible, right? Because, well, number one, there's 3 of them. and I've got lots of things on the go. So yeah, they have to be done right, but also they can't go crazy on them. Believe me, how his brain wants to. So the lines are there. What I'm going to do now is take a carbide ball cutter and just cut in this top one here. And then I'm going to show you. Whoa, can't lose my pencil. That's my good HB. So I'm going to show you. I switch over to the Kutzall Extreme Taper. Now there, when I got it on there, I can take this material away, and as long as I keep this on a nice level plane, it keeps everything nice and even, and I don't have to like cut it in this way, cut it in that way, and then take away the material. I just go in and I keep taking it away until I reach my pencil marks, my depth, and it can save a whole bunch of time, as you're going to see. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do all the paper and stuff for this second one. Well, we won't be able to cut in the second one, I don't think. But I had that carbide cutter. There it is. Just a ball, a round carbide cutter, Dremel, but it's one of the bigger ones. I don't know the number right off my head, but I will use that to cut around the cloak there, and then we'll switch over the taper in extreme, Kutzall again, and we'll really start removing some material. Right, guys? Now you can finish listening to those tunes, because there's some good ones near the end that nobody has really heard yet, because, well, I had it set up so that the playlist restarted every time last time. Okay? So if that's cool with you guys, we'll cut in a watcher. Hey? What do you think? Who has to go now? Matt. Oh, you're still saying happy curmudgeon. Okay. I haven't missed anything? Okay, guys. You're still with me? A couple of you guys still want to watch a little bit? Yeah. That's going to be a nice little watcher. Alrighty. Let's do that. Thank you guys for being here. You have no idea how much it means. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Charles, hello, how you doing, Charles? How you doing? So is in the house. Can you guys hear me? Give me the thumbs up if the audio is okay. Yes, it is, baby kisses. Hello, baby kisses. How you doing? How are you doing, Charles? Great to see you, brother. Woo! Choo! And I see So is in the house. How you doing, sister? That is awesome. Thank you for coming. And yes, if you guys didn't know, all the people... Oh, David Grass had to go. See you later, David. I guess I missed you. But Grumpy's got a new affiliate promo link for Star Bond glue. Make sure if you need some glue, you check out Grumpy. Grumpy's laid back carving. How you doing, baby's kisses? Awesome, loud and clear. Electric Whittler is still here. Thank you, guys. Mark is still here. That's so great that you came in there, Charles. An old school wonder. One of Wowwy's first subscribers. An old school wonder and a much appreciated brother. So, guys, as you saw there, busted out that old watcher, got him started, got her started, got it started. Let's just say it, because watchers are kind of, the whole point behind the old watcher, that it's a featureless, genderless being of power and magic, right? They're basically like angels. They're wood spirit guardians, angels. The watchers, if you're going to refer to the Bible, the watchers were like the top angels. And some of them revolted and went against the word of Yahweh in the Bible, but a lot of them didn't. And I like to consider our watchers, Wowwy'z watchers, ones that didn't. They're the good guys, right? But this is the one that we did the first Shosugi band procedure. That's how that looked after that. The dye just loves that Shosugi band wood. I love the smell of it. That old, nice old 100-year-old pine lumber. And then also, if you guys weren't there for the first half, we did some more work here on this old warrior. Got a couple more wrinkles cut into him. And getting pretty close to where we're going to say he is ready for the copper adornments. The copper magic, when my brother walks into the room and everything stops. And it's like, whoa, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Aubrey is here. Hello, Aubrey. That's my cousin, you guys. Miss Aubrey Ranches. Love you, cousin. Look at all these hearts. My God, I can't give you guys hearts from here because I'm in the Suno studio, if you didn't notice. But yes, much love to everybody. Hope you guys are liking how it's coming. I have to do more work there on the brow. I didn't really like the symmetry of what I did. But that's the thing with the wood carving. If you ain't super happy with it, you can carve it out and then do it again. But it's going to be okay. There's just a couple little things I was telling you guys about my tendencies of overanalyzing things, and especially when it comes to symmetry and all of that. That's when my OCD kicks in, and I can lose sleep over the freaking stuff. Let me tell you. But that's because we love what we're doing, right? We love what we're making. It's a lot of our. It's Meraki, and that's a word. That's a word. I believe it's Japanese. Comes from Japanese or Greek, not Greek. I think it's Japanese, but it's the term for investing one's soul into their creations and the love that you put into it. That's your Meraki. That's like the good stuff. How you doing, Aubrey? Everybody saying hello and kisses and flowers, and my God, what a great people! What a great bunch of wonders you are. And looky here, 4 o'clock, guys. We made her. We frickin' here. I'll just flap my. I was gonna say, like, I busted my I tie my thing back, right? I tie my, because it's it's really, really big, and I don't want it to make me look like I'm that big, right? So I tie it back in the back, but I busted that out, bent it over the other day. So when I was putting this on today, I was like, yeah, we'll just think of it as like a cape. Because that's what Wowie needs, is a freaking cape. My goodness. Yeah, I'm just joking. Babies, kisses, everybody's saying hello. Well, thank you, Aubrey. I don't know if you've been watching long, cuz, but we had a pretty good show today. Pretty good turnout. We got some good work done on our thing. And just to close, if you guys didn't see, I'm going to pull out the copper again and show you where we're at with our design. We don't know if we're going to use this braid yet, but this is the idea. That's going to be there. This one is going to be on this side. And this one is going to be on that side. You guys see that all right? That are going to be the adornments. So I just got to figure out how to do the ends of this and then get it bent right and put in. But yeah, guys, we are getting close. We are getting freaking close, man. I'm very, very excited about that. And then, to top it off the way that we like to do at Wowwy'z Workshop and Two Brothers, One Vision. Oh yeah, and then this here is a beautiful, beautiful leaf that my brother has allowed us to use for this wood spirit. This guy here is going to have this awesome, awesome leaf up top. And that makes it a true Two Brothers, One Vision collaboration. And I am freaking stoked about that too. The brother is freaking with the copper again, man. Things are going to get really exciting. Let me tell you, folks. We'll put this back there. But yes, we made her to the full 2 hours. And the old OBS didn't say kaput. So that's pretty freaking good. I am stoked when we can do that. Yes. Oh, Superman, I was thinking that too. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it is awesome. I know it is. Oh, the cape. Ha ha ha. Yes, and with my center thing here, we might as well close it out in style. Let me see what I've done with my freaking hairdo. Jeez, wowie. Yep, time for a cut. Time for a cut. But we made her. We made her. Thank you so. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank all y'all for being here, man. It sure means a lot to Wowie and Two Brothers, One Vision. I think Darren actually has a CT scan today at the hospital. So after I'm done here, I'm going to free up my phone. My phone is up there being camera 2, but free up my phone and see if they're going to come over from the Sandpen. The Sandpen hospital is just a short ways away from my house. When he's in the hospital, I actually walk there from my house. And but thank God he's not in there right now. But, well, getting a scan, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, me and Kale been here the whole time, just multitasking so we weren't in the chat. This vase is absolutely stunning. Kale can't believe how realistic the face is. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very, very much, Aubrey. Oh, So says prayers to Tumbler Ridge victims. Thank you, So. That's just that's been I haven't even gotten caught up yet on exactly what happened. But yes, that's in the province that we live in. And what a horrible, horrible thing. What a horrible thing to happen. Prayers to everybody involved and affected. He's just getting some scans. He's had lots and lots of really, really bad in here. Like, you don't know if it's your stomach or you don't know if it's your intestines kind of problems. And lots of pain. And it's just like he can't get a break. One thing will kind of subside and then boom, he hits it with another. And believe me, like, I'm the one that's over there and I'm sitting there in his bedroom with him. This kid does not want to be sick and tired. He wants to have a fucking life. He wants to be creating again. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than seeing your loved ones having to go through that, man. And I know that all of you guys support Two Brothers, One Vision, and my brother, and I really, really appreciate it, because when you keep them in your thoughts and you keep them in your prayers, it definitely helps in the whole scheme of things. I can guarantee you that it does. You never know. That kind of thing has become quite common these days. Yes. Yes, it has. The Electric Whittler. And it's actually why, what you doing tonight? I've been carving a vase for my mother. Sorry I missed your show, Wowie. We'll catch up next time, brother. Okay, Charles, but you can watch it anytime. All you got to do is go to my channel and click on the button that says live, and all my live streams are there. And you can watch them from when I very, very first started doing them too, sir. Anytime you watch really, really helps me with the algorithm and my views and stuff, and it's truly appreciated, sir. Good luck with your vase. I can't wait to see it. I hope maybe you send me a picture, Charles. It is Electric Whittler, and it's actually, I have a project in the background that has to do with that whole thing, you know, with shootings and the school massacres and stuff. I'm actually working on something that has to do with that whole world, and it's something I've had to keep quiet, but I'm sure putting a lot of time and thought into it, into its design and into the prototype. I love you too, so very, very much. Thank you, sister. Thanks to everybody for coming. We did pretty good. 407. Yeah, my battery says I got like maybe like 1/8 of a line left in the battery. So we did pretty freaking good. So with that, folks, I guess we're pretty much done. And there's no last minute questions or anything. I'm pretty warm and sweaty, and I need to go in there and take the weight off, because standing here for this long really, really, it takes a number on this old boy. So with that, my wonders, this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Thank you all. There is no YouTube without you. And we'll be here next week, guys. So I hope you are too. Now for the the awkward silence at the end. Much love. Wowie out.